Well, Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of an anomaly on the record. There's not really anything that sounds like it. Think of a number maybe, but yeah, I mean the reason that is that it's just such a great song. It doesn't, like I say, it's a bit of an anomaly on the record, but that is a bit of a departure for me. Yeah, but I don't think fans should be that surprised by that kind of thing now. You know, after my last record and EPs and all that shit, I do tend to, you know, jump between musical style. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, it keeps me interested in my own thing anyway. Yeah, I was with Robert last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Were you at the show?
I was, yeah. Last night was the first time I'd actually fully sat down and had a chat with him. And I don't really know him, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a very funny man. I don't know that a lot of people know that, but he's very, very funny guy. And turns out his mum is from Manchester, and she's a Manchester City supporter.
Really?
I'm not sure whether she's still with us, but yeah, which was a revelation. And yeah, they were great last night at The Cure. But yeah, that track when it started, it was as it was progressing through the various stages, it was like, hang on a minute, it sounds like The Cure now. It started off sounding a bit like, I don't know what it was at the beginning, ESG maybe, and then it started when there for the first bit it sounded like The Cult, and then it ended up at The Cure. But yeah, and then I just asked him to remix it, and he said yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was undeniable, which is why it was the first single. It was one I would record in batches, and then people would come down and I'd have 3 songs, and that was the one that people were going, oh fucking hell, what's that?
Yeah.
And then I love that for me. And then yeah, as the record progressed, it was the one that people keep saying, oh, play us that Pretty Boy one. So that was why it came out first. But yeah, it's a weird one for fans because a lot of fans were thinking, "Oh my god, a drum machine again," you know. But it's not. Yeah. I mean, I love it, but you know, you can't please everybody all the time. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pleased with it. I'd say High Flying Birds fans, yes, are very receptive and sympathetic of what kind of musical trip you're on. Oasis fans, I feel, from what I can make out, get a bit frustrated that if, you know, I write a song like Dead in the Water and Easy Now, and they would say, why can't we have an album full of that stuff? And it's like, well, you know, if I could do that stuff, I'd fucking rewrite Definitely Maybe, wouldn't I? You know, and if I was 27 again, I'd do that, but I'm not 27 anymore. No. So, but I think Oasis fans get a bit frustrated, but on the main, it's great. Yeah. Well, ordinarily when I'm writing, if I'm writing a song and it starts to sound like Oasis, I probably won't take it to its logical conclusion because it'll just be a substandard rewrite of Supersonic or Morning Glory or Champagne Supernova. And those kind of songs always fall down at the chorus, and I go, yeah, and I'll just work on something else. However, on this tune, when I got to the chorus, I was like, but this one sounds as good as anything that Oasis ever did. And I thought, it's got the same kind of shape as Little by Little and the Master Plan and things like that. And I thought, so I persevered with it, and it's fucking great. And that's why it was the second single, just to say to Oasis fans, calm down. It's going to be good. So yeah, it is. I guess that song would stand up against any Oasis song, I would think. Well, this is true. And the band was 13 of us last time, and my management just said, look, we're taking 20% of everything you fucking earn. If you don't earn anything, you know. And I was like, well, I'm alright. I fucking wrote Wonderwall. I'm alright. I don't give a fuck about making money off touring. Who gives a shit? I just want to have a good time. And the more people I have on the stage, the better I sound. So, but no, my former band, it was a straight up rock and roll band. It was about the attitude and the songs and, you know, the DIY punk attitude of it all. This is a bit more different. It takes a lot of people. You know, I could do it. I could do it with a 4-piece band, but it wouldn't sound as good.
Right.
You know, and I don't like to make records by halves. You know, I like to make the songs on this record as they were progressing. It was like, no, they're big fucking songs. You know, they deserve a big kind of sound to it. And I think sometimes if you go for a big sound on a little song, it doesn't really make any sense. But the songs were big anyway.
Yeah,
So, and I need the people to pull it off for the paying fans. You know what I mean? Because you want to give them a night out where they go, wow, fucking hell, it sounded as good as the record. So, but we're about to find out now whether all this is a fucking waste of money or whether we're gonna have a great time. I gotta say, in this day and age, you know, I would just like people to listen to it as an album, and then once you've got used to that, then fuck around and pick separate tracks out and do what you want. But actually works great as a bunch of songs. It flows really, really well together, I think, and it's a proper album. You know, it has a journey and a shape to it that's great. But yeah, they don't come along that often. Do you know what I mean? I've been writing songs for 30 odd years now, and you know, I've written some great iconic records, and I'm not saying this one is in any way iconic or anything like that. I don't think it could be in this day and age, but I know when I was in it, I was thinking, this is really fucking good. You know, you can feel it. You know, whereas my last record was really good, but in a different way, because it was so far out and so experimental, and we managed to pull it off. So yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I'm very pleased with how it's turned out. Well, anytime you fucking go to the BBC now, you can't do anything without doing a cover. You know, they ask you to go along and perform, and then they say, "Oh, can you do someone else's song as well?" And you're like, "Really?
Yeah.
I've got to do someone else's fucking song." And the reason why I did that was that is actually the first song I ever learnt to play on the guitar on the top string. I learnt the bass line, and I did a little demo of it at my studio, and I thought, actually, it's gonna fucking work. And then when I played it to the band, when I told them we were going to do it, they were all kind of looking at each other going, really?
Big song to take on.
Well, it is, particularly if you come from where I come from, it's kind of, it's sacrilegious, you know what I mean?
Right. Blasphemy.
Yeah. But if I didn't think we'd done a good job on it, I wouldn't do it. And the more that we play it, the better it'll get. But
the strings were a nice touch.
yeah, I think if you're going to do a song, don't copy it. You know, at least
Make it your own.
Don't go out. The way that we're doing it now, it feels kind of fresh to me. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's a High Flying Bird song almost. I mean, but yeah, I don't. When you see people doing covers and they copy it note for note, it's like, what's the fucking point of that? You know what I mean? But yeah, I wonder. It'd be strange how it goes down across America.
Yeah.
Look, everyone will.
The American audience.
Everyone will know that song. When it gets to the chorus, people will go, "Oh, I know. He didn't fucking write this, did he?"
So, I woke up this morning and saw that your brother Liam tweeted about that song. You had to have seen the tweet.
I don't go social media.
Okay, so he was apologizing for you destroying that song. You've got to be tired of this shit. You really do.
Well, I'm not on social media, so I don't. It doesn't reach me until people say, "Oh, by the way, you fucking whatever." But you know, I don't know how to react to things like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, let's put it this way. When he's doing his thing, I've got better things to do in my life than listen to what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I take it as a compliment that he's kind of trolling the fucking internet at whatever time in the morning, looking for that kind of thing. But, you know, I mean, he should concentrate on what's left of his fucking hairdo and not worry about what I'm fucking getting up to.
Is there a chance? I know you're tired of this question, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Is there a chance that the brothers will get back together and write another Oasis record or even tour?
Well, look, I've been saying it. He's going to have to call me. He's going to have to get somebody to call me because he's been going on about it for the last fucking 10 or whatever it is. And, he doesn't want it. And he knows, he knows that neither of us particularly are fucking interested in it. I know he doesn't want it. I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing. I couldn't give a flying fuck one way or the other. But, when he keeps going on about it, and I'm like, okay, well, fucking call us then. Let's see what you've got to say. You've made up all these imaginary ground rules down the years and told kids it's happening now, it's coming, it's definitely happening, blah, blah, blah. I dare him. He'd be watching this now. Is this going on your website? Is it? Right. Yeah. I fucking dare you to call me. I dare you to call me. And you won't call me. Because if you do call me and I go, actually, that's a good idea. Actually, that might work. Then the arse falls out of his trousers because then you've got to be in the same room as me. And then we both know how that ends up. So you call me. Stop tweeting. You're bigger than that. You're better than that.
Noel Gallagher backstage at the White River Amphitheater. Man, you knocked that one out of the park. Thank you, my man, very much. I really appreciate it.